you back on KBRB. As Summerland 4 points away from claiming the first set. Served by Kinsey Saney. Played nicely and serve received by Jaylee Good. Cross-court attack by Sears. A big swing, but dug by Saney. Here is Bergman, this time from the right side. They move Braylon Bergman over to the right pin, and the lefty picks up another kill. Bergman now with 5 in this opening set. Braylon Bergman, 5 kills, just a sophomore. Saney, that one on a serve receive, played nicely by Beal. Tip try over a double block from Sears is dug. Cross-court attack for Alamang is wide. Point to Ainsworth. 22-13, Bulldogs down by 9. Stewart drops the second set to Winside, 25-19. Sounds like maybe an injury to setter Kira Tubbs as the Broncos down to 6 players in uniform. So there's a tip from Ava Graff. That one is dug. Left side swing for Alamang. Touched on the block, diving save by Beal. Painter tips it over the double block. Saney chases it down. And a flat-footed swing for Alamang is dug by as Beal and Good collide into each other. Painter down the line. Picked up by Anson. Here is Bergman off the dig and down as trying to chase it down with Sears. It went off of Beal. And that is the 6th kill for Braylon Bergman. Again, we have a number 2 in for Summerland, who is not on my roster. I thought I picked up all of the roster changes. There have been several with these pink uniforms. I'll have to try between sets to figure out who that is. So number 2 for the Bobcats picks up an ace serve. That's the first ace for Summerland. And it is set point for the Bobcats, 24-13. Serve across to Beal. They'll go for Painter, off the block, down. Grayson picks up kill number 4 in this opening set. And the Bulldogs save the opening set point, 24-14. Now Painter to the service line on set point number 2 for the Bobcats. Bullet serve played nicely by the Bobcats. Swing is blocked, covered by Ainsworth. Going up to swing on second contact is Flynn. That one dug by Saney, and then the tip try for Alamang is good. Her 5th kill, and that closes out set number 1. Summerland on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard takes the first over Ainsworth, 25-14. We'll come back with more from McAndrew Gymnasium after this.
Marbury and no one does well better. Hey, Marbury, roll side set. Experience offers a full gamut of well fabrication capability. App stock for a 4-on site. They're mobile. Call 307-949. 0792.
Three River Communications tries to better serve their customers in Nebraska. The latest fiber technology offering up 1 gig internet speed, high definition cable TV, and local long distance telephone service. Three
Well, we welcome you back, folks. Trying between sets to get numbers correct as it is a complete mess on the program. Nothing is right. And Megan Jones has the first swing for Ainsworth, and it's into the net. So, Summerland, actually, Leah Weesey is wearing number 2. The libero is Kaylee Teal, a junior in number 1. So we got to change those up. And then instead of Bergman, it is Caden Shoemaker, a senior, who's the left-hander. So we have got to change everything up. We thought we had most of them fixed, but there were a few that were not correct. So at 1-0 Summerland, swing for Megan Jones, just long, and a 2-0 start for the Bobcats. Apologize for that, as we're just going off the information we have in front of us, and it's all wrong. So it is Leah Weesey that is the serving specialist that we thought was the libero, and instead the libero is Kaylee Teal. She makes a bump set. The swing for Caden Shoemaker is into the net. So Shoemaker had the 6 kills in the opening set instead of Bergman. So it was 6 kills for Shoemaker. Apologize for all those folks. Thought we had all that fixed what we could. There's a nice dig on a swing by Summerland by Lily Beal, and Jones picks up the kill. Megan gets kill number 3. So for you Summerland folks listening, if you were all confused, well, that makes a lot of us. So we'll try to get everything corrected now. As Willa Flynn, with the score tied at 2, sends a serve across. That one played by Shoemaker, and her swing is into the net as they go right back to her after she makes the serve receive. And Ainsworth has its first lead, I believe, of the entire match as they drop down in a 7-0 hole to start set 1. Flynn with another tough serve, played by Shoemaker. They go in the middle for Nilsson, and that one is down. We had already changed Talen's number from 21 to 27 tonight. And the sophomore has her 3rd kill. I hope there are no more changes we need to make. My program is a mess, so I'll try my best to make sure we get you everybody's correct name with now new numbers. Joust at the net on the serve received by the Bulldogs, and the joust won by Summerland. for Anson is done by Grayson. There's Jaylee Good again. This one pulled up by Saney. Left side swing, Alamang is blocked back. That one down by Willa Flynn on the ace block. Flynn picks up the block. Second ace for Ainsworth. Painter had the other. Tied at 10. Grayson with the serve. Sends one across to Teal. Saney will send it left side for Anson. That one dug on the tough angle by Jaylee Good. Back row attack for Grayson. Catches the tape. Dug across the net. Bulldogs just get to it. Good play by Painter as it was about to fall. But a big swing in the middle for Taylon Nilsson. And that is the sophomore's fourth kill. They ran the quick middle attack. Bulldog block could not get set up in time as they were still scrambling after the previous dig. And the fourth kill from Nilsson makes it 11-10 Summerland. Bobcats running under the jump serve is Alamang. And that'll be an ace off of Grayson Painter into the floor. Canyon Alamang with the ace serve. Bobcats lead 12-10, up a set. Try to get you some additional score updates tonight. North Central and West Holt are playing in Springview ahead of football, which we have pregame on right now on KBRB FM 92. Swing cross court for Jaylee Good is off the dig and down. Jaylee's fourth kill. Good match for the 5'9 junior. She has 4 kills. Megan Jones 3. And Grayson Painter 6 to lead the Bulldogs. Serve from Lily Beal played by Teal, her counterpart. Here's Saney left side. Cross court attack dug by Beal. Here's Jones again. Touched on the block dug by Saney. Alamang back sets it. Big rip for Anson off the block and down. Bell Anson on a beautiful back set by Alamang. Picks up the kill. That is Bell's second. 13-11 Bobcats. The serve handled by Painter. Bulldogs will set it up for Jones. Sends one right onto the back line in the middle. Megan Jones found a vacant spot. And Megan has her fourth kill. (13-12) Bobcats. Good serve by Flynn, picked up by Teal. Quick to the middle, Nilsson tips it away from the block, leads to a joust. That's won by Nilsson. Nilsson tipped one to the left as she gets a two-handed shove from one of her teammates on a good play. Her swing got picked up, but the dig came right back to the net. She won the joust, and that is Taylon's fifth kill. She heads to the service line, sends it across to Jaylee Good. Here is Megan Jones, blocked back, covered though by Lily Beal. Back row attack, Painter into the middle. That one picked up by Alamang. Nilsson able to keep it alive, and Alamang gets it across. Ainsworth pushes left for Jones. That one long, no touch at the net. Point Bobcats. Looks like West Holt is up a set on North Central, and a tight second set. West Holt leading 19-18 in the second. That one from Springview tonight with football getting ready to kick off there as well. This one down the line from Peyton Sears is just wide. And a timeout going to be taken now by Coach Jerry Graff as Summerland has opened up its largest lead of the second set. Bobcats lead at 16-12 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. Up a set here from McAndrew Gymnasium.
Get the good stuff at Buckles Automotive, your Napa store on Main Street in Ainsworth. We carry a complete line of passenger car and light truck parts, as well as heavy-duty truck parts for the big rig used on your farm brand. Buckles Automotive in Ainsworth, one call, that's all.
Yours Pneumatic by Lindsay dealer. It offers replacement parts for any brand of pivot, installation and training, superior service when you need it.
Local Pneumatic by Lindsay dealer is Ainsworth Electric Motors, located just 1 mile east of Ainsworth on Highway 20. Call 387-1071.
Get your Palmer and Boys Association. You can get your Bulldog gear here. Not just for students, we have all covered, including parents and grandparents. Bulldog Pride, it's kind of a really big deal at your local hometown boutique on Main Street in Ainsworth.
Big thanks to Danielle Palmer, Embroidery and Boutique, bringing you the broadcast and all of our Bulldog sportscasters here from McAndrew Gymnasium tonight. 16-12 Summerland in the second. Serve from Nilsson. is handled by Jaylee Good. They load it up with a good swing from Peyton Sears through the block and down for the freshman. She picks up her first kill, and that stops the run from Summerland. Good timeout used by Coach Jerry Graff as the Bulldogs back within 3. 16-13. Serve from Good, played by Teal, the libero. Set deep by Saney, and it's out of bounds. Back-to-back points for the Bulldogs off the timeout. 16-14. Ainsworth down 2. Lost the first 25-14. They've already matched their first set total. Left side here, Shoemaker. Pulled up one-handed by Jaylee. She probably could have let that one go, and it'd have been long, but that's so hard to tell when you're right there toward that back line. Instead, it will be the 7th kill for Caden Shoemaker. Again, all the numbers a mess as far as what we have on our printed program compared to who is actually out there for Summerland. Backing up on a swing, Grayson Painter, dug by Teal. Left side here is Alamang. Rips one long. Was there a touch? Chair official Doug Stanton looks at the line judges. No one signals touch, so the swing long. Point Ainsworth. Bulldogs down to 17-15. Megan Jones with the serve. Lone senior on this roster for the Bulldogs. It's a young team. And Shoemaker's swing is into the net. Summerland, a fairly young team as well. They have Leah Weesey, kind of a serving specialist, and senior Caden Shoemaker and Kinsey Saney, the 3 seniors on the roster for the Bobcats. Bulldogs within 1 at 17-16. Setter dump try covered by Megan Jones on a great play. Grayson Painter sends one down the line. Saney is there with the dig. And it'll be a left side attack for Alamang that is into the net. We're tied. 17 apiece here in the second set as the Bulldogs took a timeout down 16-12. They're on a 5-1 run. And we're all square at 17. Good serve for Jones. Picked up nicely by Anson. Left side swing, Alamang off the tape. Dug by Willa Flynn. Painter will set it up for Sears. Touched on the block, but down. Peyton Sears with 2 kills in this second set. And Ainsworth has a lead, 18-17. Coach Danielle Birch up encouraging her team, but has not taken a timeout yet. Ainsworth on a 6-1 run. Jones down the line, picked up by Alamang. They back set it for Shoemaker. Instead, it's taking the swing, Abrielle Kester, and that actually caught the Bulldogs by surprise. I thought they were setting it up for Shoemaker. Instead, Kester gets her first kill. Tied at 18, Bobcats as Leah Weesey in to serve. Sends it across to Beal. Flynn sets it up outside. Grayson Painter with a rip block back. Pushed over, though, by Ava Graff on a good cover. Alamang with a swing into the middle. Ainsworth picks it up a couple of times, but can't reach third contact. 2 diving plays by Jaylee Good and Grayson Painter to keep the ball off the floor, but nobody could reach third contact, and that is a kill for the Bobcats. Serve handled by Good. Grayson Painter, though, will only be able to send a free pass over. Saney goes quick middle to Kester, through the block and down. And Abrielle Kester with a couple of kills here late in this set, 20-18. Ainsworth had it tied and actually took a lead, but now it's been Summerland on a 3-point run to go back up, 20-18. Serve handled by Jaylee Good. They bump set it. Painter sets one over the double block. Saney is there. Teal will bump set for Alamang. Cross-court attack dug by Lily Beal. Here is Painter, rises up, has it blocked back in there, sending 4 hands at Grayson Painter at all times. Ainsworth sets one across. Back set it for Anson, touched on the block, kept alive, one-handed by Beal. Painter gets it across. And now Saney has to chase it down. And a free pass back to the Bulldogs. Flynn goes right back to Grayson, blocked back again, covered by Beal across the net, and it falls. Longest rally of the match thus far, and Lily Beal with a diving save on a ball blocked back by the Bobcats, and it goes over the net and to the floor for Lily. 20-19, Bulldogs down 1 with their best server at the line in Sears, handled by Weiss. But then the swing for the Bulldogs is down for Willa Flynn on an over dig, and the Bulldogs setter picks up the kill. We are all square at 20 in this second set after Summerland cruised in the first. Sears with another tough jump serve cross court. It is going to be an ace. Peyton Sears picks up another ace, and it's the Bulldogs with 3 straight to take the lead. 21-20, Bulldogs by 1. Peyton Sears, another jump serve for Ainsworth, this one just wide. Tied at 21 apiece, have to win by 2 in rally scoring. Nilsson back to the front row for the Bobcats as libero Kaylee Teal to the service line. Serve played across to Painter. They'll set it up for Graff, and her third contact can't quite get over the net. Point to Summerland. 22-21. Bobcats take a 1-point lead in the second. Ainsworth trying to square it up at a set apiece. Teal serve across to Painter. They'll set it up for Grayson. Little roll shot is good. 7 kills, Grayson Painter. And we're tied at 22 in the second. Bulldog cheerleaders in pink, as are part of the student section. Jump serve for Painter, handled by Weesey. They'll bump set it for Anson, and her swing is into the net. Ainsworth retakes the lead, 23-22. Danielle Birch has not yet used a timeout in this match. She has 2 available. Bulldogs up by 1 now at 23-22. Serve for Painter, handled by Alamang. They go back to Canyon. Cross-court attack is good. Sears made a diving effort at it, got a hand on it, but that is the 11th kill for Canyon Alamang. Wow. She's having a great match. Leads the team in kills on the season and actually is the setter when she's in the back row. Jump serve for Alamang, tied at 23. Deuce game here. Left side for Saney is off the block and out of bounds. Graff and Flynn were there, but Saney gets the kill. And the timeout going to be taken by Coach Jerry Graff before Summerland is fought back for a set point at 24-23. Get you some updates from some other volleyball around the area. It was 25-12. Windside sweeping Stewart in 3 sets. And again, Broncos without their setter. Sounds like Kira Tubbs not available. So 25-12, 25-19, 25-12. It was Windside sweeping the Stewart Broncos tonight. And we have an update from Springview, where Westhold has a 25-20, 25-21, 2 sets to nothing lead over North Central tonight. Here, off the timeout, it is set point Bobcats, 24-23. Canyon Alamang spins the ball, sends a serve across. Played by Lily Beal. Bulldogs have to have the point. Jaylee Good with the swing, blocked back, covered by Lily Beal. Flynn with the swing. That one pulled up by Teal, chased down by Alamang. Saney for the set, dug by Beal, and it got a net violation against Ainsworth. Whistled on Willa Flynn, and that will close out the second set. 25-23, Summerland takes a 2 sets to nothing lead on the road against Ainsworth. Your Tri-County Bank scoreboard, it's the Bobcats 25-14, 25-23.
This is Dave Sears, Homestead. Ag Bankers, Homestead Bank understands quick and forward farm animation. We can help you look ahead and plan for future success. That's when we're called of our very quick start your the bank for FDIC.
Get your smile on at Ainsworth Family Dental. Dr. Owen and dental hygienist Lene Hansmeyer, along with their friends and staff, always strive for one common goal: to help
on FM 92 KBRB.net. It is Creighton and North Central on the football field to close out the year for the Knights. It was Creighton taking an 8-0 lead, but North Central has answered on a 36-yard touchdown pass from Kean Fisher to Landon Stephen. 8-6 is the score in that one over in Springview. It is West Holt with a 2-0 lead over North Central just across the street in the volleyball gym at Kippahaw County. West Holt 25-20, 25-21 over the Knights. And it was Winside sweeping Stewart. Broncos minus their setter, Kira Tubbs, so down to 6 players. And it was Winside over Stewart, 25-12, 19, and 12. Here's Summerland, a 2-0 lead over Ainsworth, 25-14, 25-23. Bulldogs led by 7 kills from Grayson Painter, 4 apiece for Jaylee Good and Megan Jones. Canyon Alamang with 11 kills for Summerland, 7 for Cadence Shoemaker, 5 for Taylor Nilsson, and 4 for Kinsey Saney. First swing for Bell Anson is into the net for Summerland. And it is a point for the Bulldogs to start the third. Ainsworth trying to force a 4th set. Sorry about that. Serve for Flynn. Alamang sets it up on a good back set for Anson, but dug across the net by Sears on a nice reflex play. And it'll be a free pass back to the Bulldogs. Jaylee Good will go up on second contact and gets a little change-up swing to fall. Nice court vision for Jaylee Good. Setter Willa Flynn had to play first contact. Jaylee recognized it and just went up on second contact and gave a little change-up swing that fell. 2-0 Bulldogs to start the third set. Flynn with another serve. Handled by Shoemaker. Another good swing for Nilsson from the middle. Cuts it to the right, finds the line. Summerland gets on the board here in the third set. Bell Anson with the serve. This one into the net. Summerland did not have a service error in the first set, committed 2 in the second set, and that's their first here in the third. Bulldogs with 3 service errors in total. Jaylee Good runs under a jump serve, fires one across to Teal, overpassed, and it's into the net and down. That'll be an ace serve for Jaylee Good. They went up like it might be a joust, but the ball on serve receive went into the net, falls to the floor. Jaylee Good sends it across to Teal. This time Alamang pushes left for Shoemaker, cuts it on a tight angle, dug by Painter. They go back to Grayson, tips it away from the double block. Alamang is there, poked over in 2 by Shoemaker. Flynn sets it up for Grayson, rips it through the double block and down. 8 kills for Grayson Painter. And Ainsworth leads 5-1 here in set number 3. Bulldogs fell into a deep hole early in the first set. Competitive second set, lost by 2 when they were up 23-22. This one, Megan Jones rips one across, dug by Teal. Set over by Nilsson, played on a dive, Beal, but it goes into the net and down. That is going to be kill number 7 for Taylon Nilsson. 5-2 Ainsworth early in the third. Nilsson to the service line. Up front returns Abrielle Kester. Nilsson sends a serve just across the net. Lily Beal gets to it, but it goes across. And then missed bump set by Alamang goes across the net and out of bounds. That's an error for the Summerland setter. That's about the only thing she's done wrong. 11 kills, handles setting, and has an ace serve. And there's an ace serve for Megan Jones as the Bulldogs have built a big advantage here in the third set, 7-2 Ainsworth. Trying not to get swept here at home in their final match at McAndrew Gymnasium for the season. Jones sends another bullet down the line. Played on a dive by Bella Anson, and then the swing from Saney is through the block and down. Kinsey Saney has her 5th kill. That is now 4 Bobcats with 5 or more kills. 5 for Saney, 7 for Nilsson, 7 for Shoemaker, 11 kills for Alamang. 7-3 Saney serve, a tough one handled by Beal. Grayson chases it down, a free pass across by Flynn. Teal is there, back set it, big rip from Shoemaker on a quick set from Saney behind her. Boy, that takes a lot of practice, and the timing perfect between Saney and Shoemaker. Cadence gets her 8th kill, 7-4. Bobcats trying to claw back. They've scored 2 straight. They were ready to go, and the libero for Summerland hadn't quite got back on the floor after she went diving toward the bench. Here comes Ainsworth in system. Little poke shot by Grayson Painter is overpassed and put away by Peyton Sears. Sears gets her 3rd kill, and the Bulldogs lead 8-4 here in the 3rd. Peyton Sears to serve. Fires a jump serve just long, about took out the drums on the hop. 8-5 as back in comes Leah Weesey to serve. We have got a program that is just chock full of number changes. We hope we have everybody right at this point. Serve played across to Lily Beal. Here comes Grayson through 4 hands and gets it dug by Saney off the rafters, kept alive by the Bobcats. Second contact, Flynn over the net is dug. Free pass back to the Bulldogs. Flynn pushes it left for Painter down the line. Saney is there for the dig. Teal bump sets it for Anson into the middle. Nice diving dig by Jaylee Good. Grayson Painter sets one deep to Teal. In the left side, Alamang's tip try is into the net. Long rally, point won by the Bulldogs. Ainsworth up 9-5 in the 3rd, down 2 sets. Westhold a 2-0 lead over North Central. Stewart swept on the road by Winside tonight. Good serve for Painter is going to lead to a tip try that's covered by Ainsworth. Here's Jaylee Good down the line and good. Good for good. Jaylee has her 6th kill. They had the block set up to cover the middle, the cross-court attack. Jaylee just went right down the line and found the far sideline. 10-5 Ainsworth. Tough serve for Painter. Handled nicely by the Bobcats. Swing blocked back. That's Graff with the ace block. Ava Graff gets the 3rd ace block for Ainsworth, first for the freshman middle. And we're going to have a timeout taken for the first time tonight by Danielle Birch and the Bobcats as Ainsworth has an 11-5 lead in set number 3. Trying to force a little extra volleyball tonight here in McAndrew Gymnasium, down 2 sets.
For scrap iron, vehicles, and farm machinery. Call Tom at 402-382-8004 or Willie at 402-382-8784. Brain movement and marketing. For independent brain marketing, contact Pride Brain, located on Highway 20 between Long Pine and Bassett. They have a variety of marketing tools available to meet your individual marketing plan. Visit with Brad Wilson. Pride Brain, they're proud to be a supporter of local athletics.
Well, over on FM 92 and KBRB.net, Kean Fisher, 2 touchdown passes, and North Central has a 14-8 lead over Creighton midway through the 1st. Creighton at 3-4, trying to hang on to a playoff spot if they win tonight. Knights 0-7, trying to get a win to close the season. Good timeout for Coach Birch as the serve for Grayson Painter into the net. 5th service error by the Bulldogs, and that gives Summerland a much-needed point. Bobcats down 5. 11-6 here in set number 3. Kaylee Teal, the libero, sends one across to her counterpart, Lily Beal. Here's a swing for Jaylee Good. That's off of Teal and down. 7 kills for Jaylee. 12-6, Ainsworth up by 6 in the 3rd set. Beal with the serve. Sends a bullet across to Weesey. Saney back sets it for Alamang into the middle. Grayson Painter right there for the dig. Here's Jaylee Good again. This time it's picked up by Teal. Alamang flat-footed, blocked back by Good, but dug by Nilsson. Good reaction time. Cross-court attack, Anson, dug by Flynn. Second contact, Good goes over with it. Now Alamang on second contact. Goes across, gets it off a diving Beal and down. That is the 12th kill for Canyon Alamang. 12-7. It is Ainsworth with a 5-point lead. And Alamang now with the serve, and she'll set well in from Flynn, has the Cats out of system, and it's an ace. Could not get it across. Willa Flynn, second ace serve. Bulldogs lead 15-10. Coach Birch has already used one timeout. Ainsworth's led by as many as 6 in this third set, and this set is too tight to the net for Saney, and Ainsworth has rebuilt a 6-point lead, and the Bulldogs have answered the 4-point Summerland run with 4 straight. 16-10 Bulldogs with Flynn serving. Sends one cross court this time, played by Bell Anson. They go back to Anson on the right pin, dug by Flynn on a great dig. Sears pokes one over, Teal handles it. Alamang bump sets it for Saney. Cross court attack, touched on the block, dug by Beal, poked over and 2 by Jaylee Good. In the middle, here's Nilsson. That one, Grayson Painter pulls up. Jones has it blocked back. Megan covers it, but it goes off a rafter and down. That'll be an ace block for Bell Anson. Just the second ace block for the Bobcats. It ends the 4-point Ainsworth run, 16-11. Ainsworth by 5, trying to force a 4th set. Serve played by Jaylee Good, poked over in 2 by the Bulldogs. Back set for Saney over the block. Flynn is there to pull it up. Grayson sets up Jones, touched on the block. Nice dig by Anson, pushed over by Alamang. Painter is there, back row Grayson over the block, and it's kept alive by Saney on a great play. Nilsson pokes it over, and it's down off of Painter. Painter got underneath it, but nobody played second ball. That'll be a kill for Nilsson. Tough break as Grayson made an excellent dig right to the middle of the floor, but it fell between 3 Bulldogs who looked at it. 16-12, but this serve is into the net for Anson. 4th service error for Summerland. 17-12 Bulldogs by 5 as we get toward the later stages of set 3. Jaylee Good serves one across to Teal. They'll set it up left side for Shoemaker. Nice dig by Beal. Good gets to it as she gets knocked over by Flynn, who was also chasing after it. The Bulldogs get a free pass across. Nilsson in the middle. Another diving dig for Jaylee. Painter with the swing down the line. That's picked up by Anson. Push it left for Shoemaker. That one off of Flynn, and Ainsworth can't chase it down. Boy, good reaction play for Mulla to get her arms on it, but nobody could chase it down toward the back line. 8 kills for Taylon Nilsson in the middle. Summerland still down 4, 17-13. Bobcats up 2 sets. But trailing here in the third. Nilsson on the season only had 44 kills, and she has 8 in this one. Serve handled by Grayson Painter. They go back to Grayson down the line. That picked up by Alamang. They'll give Canyon a swing from the back row, and it's long. Bulldogs get the point. Ainsworth by 5 in set 3. As we head toward the bottom half of the 7 o'clock hour and the final home match of the season for the Bulldogs. That serve off of Teal, chased down by Anson. And Teal will get it across the net, and it almost caught the Bulldogs by surprise as Jaylee Good digs it across the net, and then the swing is down for Shoemaker past the double block. Caden Shoemaker into double figures. She has 10 kills, 12 for Alamang, 8 for Taylon Nilsson, and 5 for Kinsey Saney. A lot of firepower from this Bobcat team. 18-14, Ainsworth by 4 in the third. Saney, a bullet serve handled beautifully by Jaylee Good. They set it up for Grayson. Painter goes down the line, dug by Saney. Bump set by Teal. Alamang cross-court swing. Grayson's there for the dig. Right back to Grayson. Rips one into the middle. Grayson into double figures with her 10th kill. Ainsworth lead back to 5 at 19-14 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. Latter stages of set 3. Bulldogs trying to force a 4th. Now Peyton Sears with another heavy serve played by Anson. Quick middle attack for Shoemaker. Blocked back by Painter. Covered by the Bobcats, and Saney gets it across. Setter dump try by Flynn is covered. Left side Alamang off the block. Covered by Ainsworth. Flynn pokes it across. Now taking it down to the floor is Abrielle Kester on second contact. Abrielle from the middle gets a thump from Kaylee T. Tell you what, Keel's a lot like Jordan Choboy. She goes and gives her teammates a two-handed shove when they make a good play. as they come together after each point. 19-15, but the serve by Weesey is into the net. Summerland did not have a service error in the first set. They've had 5 now in combined in sets 2 and 3. Bulldogs the first to 20. They're into the red zone, 20-15. Painter with the serve, handled by Weesey. Saney will set it up for Alamang. Cross-court attack, dug by Beal on a great play. Joust to the net, won by Ava Graff. But now we've got a net violation on Summerland. It will go against Anson. Bulldogs push the lead to 6 at 21-15. And are 4 away from forcing a 4th set. Painter fires another tough jump serve across to Weesey. Left side, here's Alamang. Dug by Painter on a great play. Joust at the net. It's going to end up as a kill for Willa Flynn. Willa gets her second kill. Bulldog lead is 7. 22-15. Grayson sends a jump serve into the middle to Teal. Saney will push it left for Alamang. Into the middle, that's down. Canyon been a little quieter in this 3rd set, but that's her 13th kill of the match. But Summerland down by 6 will have to rally here late to avoid having to go to a 4th set with a 2-0 lead. Teal with the serve. Across to her libero counterpart, Beal. Left side here is Jaylee Good through the double block and down. How about 8 kills for Jaylee Good? Ainsworth 2 away from the 3rd set, 23-16. Lily Beal with a bullet serve. Weesey plays it nicely. Into the middle, Nilsson rips that one. Dug by Sears. Chased down by Painter, and the Bulldogs get it across. Weesey plays it. Right side, here's Anson. Cross court, dug by Sears. They go to Jaylee one more time. Saney is there for the dig. Back set for Alamang. One-handed dig by Beal. Chased down by Jones, and the Bulldogs get it across. Here is Nilsson in the middle. Blocked back. Covered. Chased down by Weesey and a free pass across. Great rally here at 23-16. Ainsworth goes to Jones. Left side. Blocked back and down. And that is Taylor Nilsson with the ace block. One of the longer rallies of the match. And it goes to Summerland. Well, looks like North Central and Creighton tied at 14 after the first quarter over on FM 92 in the web tonight. Another good serve from Alamang, handled by Painter, but the play by Flynn got it a little tight to that. It hit the tape, went across, but out of bounds. That's an ace serve for Canyon Alamang, her 5th ace. She has been dangerous. That service line to go along with being dangerous at the net. The serve played by Painter. Flynn chases after it. Grayson will set one deep. Bobcats trying to chip away, still down 5. Back row attack for Alamang. That one dug by Beal. Ainsworth goes to Jaylee Good. Blocked back. And that one is Taylor Nilsson again. Anson was also there, but I think it was Taylor Nelson that got the hand on it. 23-19, 3 straight for the Bobcats. They try to avoid going down set point. The serve handled by Painter. They go back row for Grayson. Roll shot dug by Teal. Alamang sets it up for Saney. Sets it down the line. Painter tracks it down. Here's Jaylee in the middle. Touched on the block. Saved by Saney. Nilsson through the block and down. Taylor Nilsson having a great 3rd set. She now has 9 kills and 2 ace blocks, and it forces a timeout from Coach Jerry Graff as the Bobcats have scored 4 straight. Ainsworth still leads this 3rd set, 23-20 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
State Farm Insurance on Main Street in Ainsworth. Good service at a good price. See Mike Schrod, your State Farm Insurance agent in Ainsworth. Before you head out to your next destination, fuel up at Yogi's Place, Highway 28. And while in, make sure you body up to collect sandwiches, snacks, candy, and beverages. They also have gift cards, too. Yogi's Place, Highway 28, open Monday through Saturday.
Well, again, Stewart falls in 3 to win side on the road tonight. Westhold a 2-0 lead on the road against North Central in Springview. And after 1 quarter of play, North Central and Creighton are tied at 14. in the final game of the year for the night football team. Off the Ainsworth timeout, 23-20 Bulldogs. Jump serve for Alamang. A good one played nicely by Painter. Can anybody get to third contact? No. Painter played it, fell backwards as she played the serve, and Flynn set right into the net. Nobody could get to it. That's another ace serve for Alamang, her sixth, 23-21. 5 straight for the Bobcats. Another tough serve handled nicely by Jaylee Good. Left side, here's Jones. Pokes it over the double block and finds a hole to get to set point. It took some doing. 5 straight for Summerland, but the Bulldogs have set point at 24-21. They were in this position Tuesday at 24-22 against Riverside as the serve from Flynn just long at the last moment. The Bobcats let it go. Here comes set point number 2 at 24-22. The serve from Anson played by Jaylee Good. Ainsworth goes to Jones through the block and down, and we'll play some more volleyball as Jones gives Ainsworth the third set, 25-22 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. We'll head to the fourth set after this timeout on KBRB.
Custom-built home start to finish. Call Tim's Construction of Ainsworth for a free, no-obligation quote at 402-700-0162.
No overpriced lunch, no headache. Call on Step Lawn in Ainsworth. Grand Step offers underground landscape service, mowing, stats, panel cleanup, and more. Call or text 402-708-08.
Homer Law Group, LLC, attorney at law names. They focus on you, the client, with complete legal services and with reasonable fees. Ron Palmer of Palmer Law Group, LLC, 121 East 2nd Street, a member of the KBRB Sports Council Club.
Well, again, if you're just joining us, the Ainsworth Bulldogs and North Central Knights are both headed to state in cross country. Bulldogs win the fourth runner tiebreak due to North Central not having a fourth runner after both teams tied for the district title with a team score of 17 in their top 3 runners. Bulldogs win the district title via that fourth runner. So Ainsworth wins the district championship. North Central, the runner-up. Westholt finishes a point out of qualifying as a team as Elkhorn Valley claims the third spot. As it is individually, Delaney Runnels of Niobrara Verdigris, your girls district champion in the D3 today, 1946. Ainsworth freshman Reagan Moody, the runner-up in 2004. Angela Frick of North Central was third. Kylie Orton of Ainsworth in fourth. Zoe Snyder of North Central runs 6th. It was Felicia Kirkman of West Holt qualifying for state, finishing 12th. Casey Koenig of Boyd County qualifies for state in 13th. And Ava Hoffman for West Holt gets into state in 15th place. And on the boys' side, it was Boyd County winning the team title with a team score. Get back to that real quick. It was Boyd County winning the team title on the district side. Why is that not wanting to come up? Well, we'll get to that back in a little bit. As we are ready to go in the fourth set, and it's going to be another kill to start the set for Taylon Nilsson. She's into double figures and is the third Bobcat to get into double figures. Here's a big swing for Megan Jones. That one is dug, though, and Shoemaker off the block is down. Caden Shoemaker, her 11th kill. So 11 for Shoemaker, 10 for Nilsson, 13 kills for Canyon Alamang. And it is Summerland with a 2-0 start here in the fourth, up 2-1. Bulldogs out of system, have to set it across. Alamang with the dig. Teal will bump set it for Saney, who can just set it deep, and it falls right between Beal and Painter. Painter thought Beal was going to take it at the last moment. Lily peeled away, and that will be a kill for Kenzie Saney. Will Nelson, your district champion on the boys' side, with Connor Sutton of Sandhills Thedford second. Nate Frick of North Central in third. Boys district cross country. Megan Jones goes down the line. Somehow kept alive by Anson and the Bobcats. Great play by Summerland. Swing for Jaylee Good. That's dug by Alamang. Bump set it outside for Shoemaker. Blocked back. Joust at the net. Won by the Bulldogs. Covered by Summerland. Here comes Ainsworth on the free pass. Jaylee Good loads up. Pokes it over the double block. Teal is there. Back set one for Saney. Rips it through the double block. What a one-handed bring up by Willa Flynn. And the Bulldogs get it across. Back line for Grayson Painter as she sets one deep and found a home right on the back line. Grayson's 11th kill gets the Bulldogs on the board here in this fourth set after the 3-0 start from Summerland. So Atkinson West Holt sweeps North Central in volleyball tonight. 25-21 in the third. Here's a swing for Shoemaker. Rips it home. Caden Shoemaker with the sledgehammer from the left pin. 12 kills for Shoemaker, so West Holt a sweep over North Central tonight. In Springview as they play football across the street, and that was 14-14. After one quarter, there's an overpass serve by Beal and Shoemaker. Her eyes got big as she puts it away. A 5-1 start for the Bobcats. And we got a wet spot on the floor. They're going to clean up quickly. Summerland leads 5-1 here in the fourth after Ainsworth took the third 25-22 to keep the match alive. Taylon Nilsson with the serve, played by Beal, chased down by Flynn, and a little roll shot by Sears, picked up by Shoemaker on a good play, but then miscommunication between a couple of Bobcats in the back row on third contact. Saney at the last moment tries to play it, and it's short of the net. Point Bulldogs on the error. 5-2. Ainsworth trails. Good jump serve for Jaylee Good. Played by Teal. Left side here. Shoemaker again. Big rip. Great dig by Jaylee. Grayson trying to dig it out of the net, but nobody could get to third contact. That was a rip by Shoemaker. She has 14 kills now. 3 of them in this early stages of set number 4. Well, there's some big kill totals for the Bobcats. Zaney, tough serve, handled nicely by Grayson. They bump set it for Grayson. Has that one blocked back, and the Bulldogs can't save it as that's an ace block for Caden Shoemaker. That's 5 blocks now for the Bobcats. Ainsworth with 3. Grayson Painter with 11 kills to lead Ainsworth. 8 from Jaylee Good, 6 from Megan Jones, 3 in double figures for Summerland. Zaney serve into the net. Each team now with 6 ace serves tonight. Or 6 service errors, I beg your pardon. Bobcats with 9 aces. Bulldogs with 5. Each team with 6 service errors. Serve for Jones, played by Alamang. Saney will set it up in the middle for Kester, and that one's good. 4th kill for Abrielle Kester, junior, to go along with an ace block. Bobcats lead at 8-3 here in the 4th, up 2 sets to 1. Trying to close it out in 4. Bulldogs trying to force the race to 15 in the 5th set. Ainsworth did that against Burwell on this floor. Lost the first 2 sets. Won sets 3 and 4 before losing the 5th. Swing for Painter is blocked back. That's an ace block for Belle Anson, her 2nd. And a timeout taken by Coach Jerry Graff as Ainsworth finds itself in a 9-3 hole here to start set number 4 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. We're back with more from McAndrew Gymnasium on KBRB after this.
Book a stay at Ainsworth, the award-winning Roadway Inn, offering a wide range of amenities and perks, including a delicious breakfast. Get the day started off on the right foot. Pool, cozy room, and so much more. Book online or call 203-387-1050.
Local news personalized with pictures. The Ainsworth Star-Journal, serving the community for more than 140 years. To subscribe or for assistance in promoting your business, contact the Ainsworth Star-Journal at 387-2844.
Welcome you back here on KBRB. Greg Kinsey bringing you high school volleyball tonight from McAndrew Gymnasium. 9-3 Bobcats lead in the 4th, up 2 sets to 1 over the hometown Bulldogs. Off the timeout, set deep by Ainsworth. Here's a swing for Anson from the right pin. She tried to go cross court and misfired toward the Ainsworth bench. Good timeout from Coach Jerry Graff. Bulldogs get the point. A much needed one off the break. 9-4. Ainsworth down in the fourth and down 2-1. Saney pushes it out for Alamang. Nice tip away from the block and found that front corner. And Canyon Alamang has her 14th kill to match Caden Shoemaker. 10 for Taylon Nilsson in the middle. Good balance for this Summerland offense. Here's Grayson Painter in the middle. Has it blocked back as they are sending two blockers at Painter every swing she takes. This time she gets it again. Saney with the dig. Free pass by Alamang. Chased down by Jaylee Good. They go back to Grayson on the left side. Touched on the block and down. Picked up number 12 for Grayson Painter on the kill. Got quite a game. North Central 22-20 over Creighton with 7:25 to play in the first half. That's a good one on FM 92 in the web tonight. Had a barn burner last week with Creighton and Ainsworth. It was 58-56 in the fourth before Creighton scored the final 3 touchdowns to win 80-56. Jaylee Good swing from the left pin. Dug by Teal. Alman backing up. Gets it over the block. Dug by Painter. Here comes Ava Graff. Cuts it to the right. Misfires. Out of bounds on the near side for Ava. 11-5 Summerland with the 6-point lead here in the fourth. A 2-1 advantage. Canyon Alamang's serve is into the net. That's a break for the Bulldogs. Canyon with 6 ace serves in the match, but that one found the net. 7th service error by the Bobcats. 11-6. Bulldogs down 5. Beal with a bullet across, played by Weesey. Out of system. Can they get it inside the antenna? Oh, it should have been outside the antenna. They let it go, and it'll be Flynn keeping it alive. That one, I agree with you, Coach Graff. Looked like it was outside the antenna. That one played on a dig by Painter on the swing by Alamang, but then Jaylee Good's swing is into the net. Point Summerland, remember that one. That third contact early in that point to me did look like it was outside the antenna from this angle when it went across. 12-6. Serve from Anson is played by the Bulldogs. Swing for Megan Jones is off the block and down. Megan with 7 kills. Ainsworth down 5 here in the fourth. 12-7. And we've been through one rotation as Willa Flynn retreats back to the service line. Willa runs under a jump serve, sends it across to Teal. Alamang to Nilsson off the Jaylee Good block attempt and down. Taylon Nilsson, the sophomore middle, gets her 11th kill. And I think she only had 2 of those in the first set, so she's really come on as the match has proceeded. 13-7 Bobcats. Good serve for Nilsson. Played nicely by Painter, but it'll lead to a free pass. Here come the Bobcats. Alamang pushes it left for Shoemaker. Big rip. Nice dig. Grayson Painter. Ainsworth Jones over the block. Dug by Shoemaker. Bump set for Saney. She rips one. That's dug by Grayson again. Right side here. Sears off the block. That one dug by Anson. Setter dump try is perfect for Canyon Alamang. Disguised that one beautifully. Canyon, of course, a hitter when she's in the front row. That time she was behind the 10-foot spike line and just sent a beautiful setter dump across. Serve handled by Ainsworth. Here's Sears. Big rip into the back line. Peyton Sears loads up. Just 5'5", but she gets some good downward movement on that volleyball when she is in system and can elevate. 14-8. Ainsworth down by 6 in the fourth. Down 2-1. Jaylee Good float serve played by Saney. They back set it for Kenzie, and she finds an opening. 7 kills for Kenzie Saney. 15-8 Bobcats, 10 away from closing this one out in 4. Ainsworth trying to rally and force a 5th. Tough serve handled by Beal. Ainsworth goes to Grayson. Little roll shot dug by Anson. Swing for Alamang is off of Jaylee Good. Bulldogs couldn't chase it down to the back wall. Alamang picks up kill number 16. Timeout, Ainsworth. Coach Graff's second of the set. And it is 16-8 Bobcats on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard in the fourth, up 2-1.
Join those who have not only found relief from pain, but a pathway to wellness with Flying Chiropractic. They're proud to offer soft at the local office and in that Rock County Hospital on Tuesday. For appointments, go to finish.health.com.
Buckley Steel of Ainsworth, Crane System Construction, Millwright Services, Prior Repair and Support, Crane and Bucket Truck Service, and Design Planning. Consulting from the respected leader in the ag industry, Buckley Steel, 870347.
Rural healthcare from rural. Better healthcare for your family from clinical obstetrics, emergency room, home care. Greater Sand Hills Family Health with convenient locations. Bassett, Stewart, and Atkins.
Off the timeout, Bulldogs will give the swing to Grayson Painter. Goes down the line, dug by Saney. Bump set by Teal. Alamang another swing. This one into the net. So for the second time this set, Bulldogs get the point off of Coach Jerry Graff timeout. But Ainsworth still down by 7, 16-9, and Ainsworth out of timeouts for the set. Jones's serve is long. Each team with 7 service errors. Bobcats lead by 8. And in comes Leah Weesey. Sends a short serve. Jaylee Good gets her arms underneath it. Bulldogs give a swing to Sears. Big rip, but it's dug by Saney. Bump set for Alamang is good for the kill. Boy, not much the Bulldogs could do there. That was a really good swing from Peyton Sears. Just a better dig from Saney. And the kill from Alamang. She has 17 kills to go along with 6 ace serves. I'd say the sophomore angling for one of our performances of the match. Serve played by Jaylee Good. It'll lead to a free pass. Teal chases it down. Back set for Anson. Little roll shot into the campfire. Just the third kill for Belle Anson, but now it's a 10-point advantage for Summerland here in set 4. Coach Graff out of timeouts. 19-9 Bobcats. They'll bump set it for Grayson. Sets one deep. Teal is there. Saney for Alamang. This one into the net. Point Ainsworth. Bulldogs down by 9. 19-10. Serve from Peyton Sears is long. Ainsworth trying to rally, but that's back-to-back service errors, and Summerland into the red zone at 20-10. Ainsworth took the third to avoid the sweep, but they're in danger of losing here in the fourth. Teal with the serve. That one catches the tape and falls to the Bulldog floor. Beal covered a ton of ground trying to reach it, but couldn't, and that's an ace serve for libero Kaylee Teal. 21-10 Bobcats. Trying to spoil Ainsworth's home finale. Ainsworth out of system, gets a free pass across, chased down by Teal. Saney goes for Alamang. That one, nice dig, Jaylee Good. Painter winds up. That one pulled up by Saney. Here's Alamang, tips it away from the double block. Peyton Sears gets to it. Ainsworth gives a swing to Flynn. Overpass. Graff tries to put it away. Saney is there for the dig as the point continues. Free pass across to Ainsworth. Flynn pushes left for Painter. Grayson blocked back. Grayson covers it somehow. And Flynn pokes it across. Great point here at 21-10. Swing for Alamang through the block. Kept alive by Sears. No, they're going to call a lift on Flynn. What a rally. Longest of the match, and it goes to the Bobcats. 22-10. Summerland 3 away from the 4-set victory. Serve handled by Grayson Painter. They'll set it up for Grayson. Cuts one to her left. Dug by Saney. They'll bump set it for Alamang. Only a free pass. Here comes Ainsworth. Here's Grayson again. Through the block this time. Poked back over and down. That's a kill for Belle Anson. And Summerland 2 away. 23-10. Bobcats 2 points away from claiming their 9th victory of the season. Bullet serve handled nicely by Painter. They go back to Grayson in the middle. There's a rip and down. 13 kills for Painter. Boy made a dig where she had to go all the way to the ground and then was able to spring up and leap up and power that kill down. Good athleticism there on the serve receive and then the kill. 23-11. Bulldogs trying to avoid going down match points. Serve for Painter, picked up by Weesey. Alamang cross-court attack, dug by Grayson. They'll set it up for Jaylee Good. Little roll shot in the middle. Alamang is there. Saney one-handed keeps it out of the net. Alamang with the swing. Dug by Beal on a dive. Here's Graff in the middle off the block. Picked up by Teal. And it's kept alive somehow by Saney. Poked across by Flynn on first contact. Another good rally. Alamang with the set attempt. That's played by Sears. Jaylee Good into the middle. Excellent rally again. Jaylee Good finishes it with her 9th kill. 23-12. Bulldogs in a big hole here in the 4th. Painter with another serve. Fires this one deep middle off of Weesey into the back wall. That's an ace for Grayson. 23-13. Bulldogs have scored 3 straight. Trying to chip away before going down match point. Summerland won the first 2, 25-14, 25-23. Another tough serve poked across in 2 by Saney. Ainsworth there. Here's Jaylee Good, blocked back. That is the 3rd ace block for Taylon Nilsson, and it is match point for Summerland. 24-13. Here as we approach the 8 o'clock hour. Alamang, 17 kills, 6 ace serves, sends it across to Painter. Here is Jaylee, pokes it away from the double block, played back across the net by Alamang. Beal is there. Here's Grayson out of the back row. That one dug by Alamang. Teal with a bump set. Alamang from the back row, sends it across to Beal. And then Ainsworth can't find it. And that'll be a point for Summerland and the match 25-13. In the 4th, Bobcats take this one in 4 over the Bulldogs, your Tri-County Bank final. Summerland 25-14, 25-23, 22-25, 25-13. We'll come back to tell you more about it with our Tri-County Bank end of the match summary and our Buckles Automotive post-match show after this.
Ainsworth Auto Parts, now Auto Value, located along Richardson Drive, right along East City Park. They offer oil, fluid, wax and paint, accessories, tools and shop supplies, both ag and heavy-duty parts. We've got the parts, we've got the spark. Ainsworth Auto Parts, your Auto Value partner. Healthy cattle are the foundation of a healthy food supply. Consistent growth has allowed Bijan Feedlot to build trust with their customers, providing them with the ease of knowing their cattle are in great hands. Let Bijan Feedlot of Ainsworth guide you with your cattle feeding and agricultural endeavors.
Ainsworth Vision Clinic, Dr. Kathy Heinrich, serves this area with complete professional eye care. Vision care is available now from 8 a.m. to noon and 1 to 5 p.m. Monday to Thursday with Dr. Kathy Heinrich at Ainsworth Vision Clinic. Call 402-387-1531 for an appointment.
Farm Bureau Financial Services of Ainsworth offers you auto, home, life insurance, annuities, and IRA. Contact Andy Davis, Farm Bureau Financial Services, located on Main Street in Ainsworth.
Greg Kinsey welcoming you back on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, and KBRB.net as we get set for our Tri-County Bank end of the match summary. Summerland wins this one in 4. 25-14, 25-23, 22-25, 25-13. Bobcats improve to 9-16. Bulldogs fall to 9-17. Big stat in this one. The kill numbers, 57 kills in 4 sets for Summerland. Bulldogs had 36 kills, plus 21 in kill margin for the Bobcats. Summerland with a 7-3 advantage in ace blocks and a 10-6 advantage in ace serves. Ainsworth had 8 serving errors to 7 for Summerland. Our end of the match summary brought to you by the Tri-County Bank. Well, running an ag business is hard work. Let the Tri-County Bank lend a hand with financing customized to your needs. Your operation can continue to thrive. So work with a team of ag lenders who have deep roots in their communities. Because of the Tri-County Bank, they're not just your lenders, they're your neighbors.